Hello, I'm Joyce Woodworth. Welcome to the Spirit of Winona. Last week we met with John Harrington at the Monarch Tavern in Fountain City, and he shared some of his wonderful grilling tips with us on how to grill chicken, steak, and brats, and they were absolutely wonderful. But this week we're going to kick it up a notch, and that's what Emerald would probably say, and we are going to do some gourmet cooking on a gas grill. We have with us today Sherry Crandall, who is a gourmet cook, and she's going to share some of her wonderful recipes with us for a gas grill. Hi, Sherry.
Hi, Joyce.
Welcome to the Spirit of Winona.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
Good. Sherry, tell me, what are we going to have today?
Today we're going to start out with a watercress salad topped with cannellini beans and grilled shrimp with a little bit of herbed mint sauce over the top of it all. And then we're going to have grilled salmon with fresh herbs right out of my garden, some thyme, some garlic, and some chives.
That sounds very gourmet-ish.
We are also going to have roasted vegetables that we will do on the grill. We'll put them in a puff pastry and bake it, and it puffs up beautifully. It'll be wonderful.
Oh, that sounds so delicious, and I know our viewers are really going to enjoy this.
I hope so.
And tell me a little bit, Sherry, about yourself. Tell me about how you got interested in cooking gourmet.
Well, I think some of it started, I grew up on meatloaf on Monday, goulash on Tuesday, mashed potatoes and pork chops every Wednesday, and when I started cooking on my own, I had to do something different. And I do have an artistic background, and it's a great way to express that.
It is almost an art to do some gourmet cooking.
It really is, and it's very satisfying when the plate looks as good as it can.
Well, I understand the first thing we're going to make is the vegetable in the pastry shell.
Right.
Tell us a little bit about that and what goes in that.
We start with a puff pastry sheet that we roll out, and we take an eggplant, we have zucchini, yellow prolific squash, shiitake mushrooms, and we will grill all of those. We will also grill this red pepper, char it, and then we'll cut it into strips and crisscross it on top. On the bottom of it, though, we put fontina cheese. That's on the base of it all. And then we bake it.
Okay, and can that be baked on a grill?
I have done it. It ended up a little bit lopsided because it wasn't even heat, but it wasn't the best grill either. So.
Yeah, if you have a really good heat with even, well, I imagine even if you have a charcoal grill with even heat, you could probably prepare this.
I would sure think that you can.
Well, let's get started and see how it goes.
Okay, great. First, we're going to roll out the dough. We just need to
now,
make sure
where do you
that's
get, is this the...
This is in the freezer section
Okay.
at any grocery store. It comes in this, the sheets, or it also comes in shells, which are they can be really pretty. You can make pretty things out of those. We're going to cut this in half, because we're going to make 2 of them tonight.
Okay. So you just put a little flour on the
Just a little.
board.
Yeah. We'll make sure this side won't be. Thank you. We want to roll it out to about 14 by 5 inches.
You're going to roll this little piece out 14 by 5? Okay, that's going to be interesting in itself.
We can do it. Okay, that's pretty good. Now we're going to need to put this in the refrigerator for about 10 minutes so it firms up.
Okay, and you really it looks like you really did get them 14 by 5. They look
It's
perfect.
close. They want to be about 1/8 of an inch thick is what they end up to be.
And it seems like it's real easy to roll out, isn't it?
Very easy.
Now, so
nice
the
and
next step
soft.
is you stick this in the refrigerator and cool it down for a little bit?
Yep, it needs to firm up just a little bit. So we can start now with the vegetables. If you'd like to help me and peel that eggplant for me, that
Sure.
would be great. And I will stem these shiitake mushrooms.
And where do you find shiitake mushrooms in Winona?
You can get them at the co-op. They offer several different fresh mushrooms there that are great.
Can you use any type of mushroom for this recipe?
You can. I've used portobello, and I'm sure you could use now with the morels out, morels or any type that you like.
Okay, there we have the eggplant all peeled and ready to go.
That's
Do you
great.
just slice it?
Now actually we're going to go this way.
Okay.
And we want them about 1/3 of an inch thick slices. And that's the same with, this is I want about 1/4 inch.
Okay, and you want it
Just a little
1/3, you mean long and skinny?
Yep.
Okay. How does that look? Are we there yet?
That's great.
Okay.
Okay. Everything is ready for the grill.
Sherry, you've got all the vegetables prepared here, and we have the zucchini and the eggplant and the mushrooms, the red pepper, some more eggplant, and it's all sliced and it's prepared, laid out flat. And what's your next step with all these vegetables?
First, we're going to chop up some garlic and make some garlic olive oil. And we will brush them all with that before we grill it.
Okay. Let me help you do some of these garlic. How many?
Yeah, I think maybe.
How many do you need?
You know, I'm a garlic lover.
Okay. So you
We
do
need
a lot
several.
of garlic. Okay. And I am too, and I know you can roast garlic and just eat it whole.
Yes, and it's wonderful that way. When you do that, it mellows the flavor. Mm-hmm. So even people that don't like garlic might like it.
Is there a trick when you buy garlic, picking out a certain kind of garlic?
Well, you want to make sure that the whole sonnet, that's what that is called. This is a clove, that is a sonnet, is nice and firm. And there's no soft spots. That would mean that there's something going bad in there. And you also don't want it sprouting. That means it's a little older.
I know you can get garlic in just about any store in Winona.
Right, and I think mostly what we get is California garlic.
Now tell me what you're doing there. I see you smashing it.
That makes it easier to peel.
Oh, it does?
Yeah, it kind of loosens it
too bad I
from
didn't
the-
know it before I started peeling that one.
Sorry. Now you learn.
Uh-huh. So you just kind of hit the knife
Get
like
it nice
that?
and hard. Yep.
Oh, and you're right. It comes off much
It
easier.
kind of mutilates it sometimes like mine just did, but
And I love the smell of garlic on your
too.
fingers after you've been cutting on it.
I do, but not the next day, which tends to happen to me. It just stays forever. And I do know a trick with that. If you rub your hands with stainless steel, it removes that smell.
Tell me about the olive oil that you use. Do you have any tricks for the types of olive oil
There
you
are
use?
several different types. This is salad salad dressings and flavoring, which I like because we do want to enhance the flavor here. And there's a lighter type that's used for baking or for frying and cooking. You don't need as much flavor. And I don't know if you've seen on the cooking shows, but there's many different colors. This is a beautiful color.
Now I understand the extra virgin is the very best that you can get. Is that right? Well, this really does look lovely. There's a lot of nice garlic cloves floating in there, and the olive oil looks a pretty color. So all you do is just brush that on.
Right.
Would it be a good idea to marinate the garlic in there a bit longer, or
Yeah, that's a real good idea.
how long would you keep it in there before you
You know-
actually brush it on your veggies?
You could probably do it 4 hours ahead of time if you'd like to. An hour should be good.
I can see where the artistic step comes in. You feel like,
Painting.
yeah, somewhat of an artist here, painting away. Do you do both sides?
We will do both sides, but what we'll do is we'll put these on the grill, and then with the oiled side down, and then we can hit the other side out there.
Then after you get your oil on, you put salt and pepper on it?
Right, you season them lightly.
Nothing else, just salt and pepper.
Right.
No seasoned salt or anything?
Nope.
You caught me.
Didn't want to say that. That one doesn't have any shine to it.
Okay, now how's it look?
Perfect.
Okay.
Okay, we're ready for the grill.
All right, let's put them on. Sherry, these vegetables are so pretty.
Yes, they do look nice, don't they?
Well, the grill has been going. It's on medium, and I
Perfect.
hope that's correct.
Yes.
Okay, and what's our next step? We just
We'll put them oil side down. The eggplant takes approximately 8 minutes, and the zucchini about 6.
Okay, so you have to
Mushrooms
really
about
time it,
6.
don't you?
We'll just keep a good eye on it.
And the mushrooms take 6 minutes?
Right.
And how about the red pepper?
That takes about 6 also. We'll keep an eye there too. We want that to be charred a little bit so we can skin it.
This has to be very healthy cooking as well.
You're done there? Great.
Okay, while you're doing that, I'll start painting up the other sides of the vegetables here. And then we put salt and pepper on these as well?
Right.
Okay. Sherry, how long do you cook it on each side?
About 3 to 4 minutes.
Okay, so it's been
on each
cooking
side.
about 3 or 4 minutes
Yep.
now. So you're going to turn it over and then cook it another 3 and 4 minutes. And
Yes.
do you put the cover on the grill?
Yes,
Okay. How's it looking?
looks really good.
It does look good.
Yes. You have
So
to
does it
remember-
look like it's getting done to you?
Yeah, it's getting done. Looks
Okay.
very well. You have some nice marks on them. Now we're going to close it. Let it go for a while.
Okay, another 4 minutes. All right. Sherry, have you served this a lot for company?
I have. I've served it several times, and everybody has ended up just loving it. It's
Really?
kind of funny. We did it at a picnic, a casual picnic, backyard, and everybody was like, "What's in there?" You know, eggplant. Yuck! I don't like eggplant. Zucchini. Yuck! And it ends up that they just loved it.
Oh, great.
Put everything together like it must be the different flavors put together.
Shall I put this in the bag
Oh,
now?
yes, let's do that.
Okay. And that's going to steam
Ooh,
in
doesn't
there?
that smell good?
Oh, it does. It smells fabulous.
Nice sweet pepper.
So that's steaming in here.
Yep, that has to steam and make it very easy to peel.
I better
know
not get
why.
that mixed up with my child's lunch for tomorrow.
Wouldn't like that too much. It could be fun though.
Okay, we're all
Get
set?
her back. Okay, we're done slicing up the cheese.
So do you normally slice it in about 1/4 of an inch thick?
Yeah, that's a little thick, but
Okay.
I kind of wanted it cheesy tonight.
Okay.
Maybe
So-
just a little thinner than that would be good.
and you leave it in the triangle form.
You do. We'll layer the bottom of the puff pastry with that.
Okay, and now the puff pastry we just pulled out of the fridge.
Right, so it's
been
firmed
cool.
up a little bit, and it's ready for us to put the roasted vegetables in. I need that peeled, if you wouldn't mind helping me with
sure.
that.
Sherry, I have to confess, I've never peeled a red pepper that's been roasted before. Do you just, is there a trick to it?
Maybe you want to start in the middle, where it's been roasted here.
Oh, sure, you told me this is going to like peel real easy. I don't know about
We should have roasted it a little bit more. It's easier where it has.
where you can see the skin
Right.
actually kind of crinkled. Okay. It's kind of
just
like a
do your
tomato.
best.
You probably could just steam this also in boiling water for a minute or so and peel it that way, right? Well, Sherry, this is going to be the fun part now, right? We've got the grilled vegetables, we've got the cheese cut, we've got the peppers all peeled. So let's see how you
Start
assemble
putting it
this.
together. You layer the cheese on the bottom, and you want to leave about an inch, at least an inch on the side there, because that's going to get folded up.
Can you use any other kind of cheese, or is Fontina the...
I've only used Fontina. I really would stick with it.
This is going to be a really special dish. Something you wouldn't make for your family
Not every
any night
day.
of the week.
Right. Then you put the eggplant. Top it off with the shiitakes. Okay, now you want to pull up the sides. Pinch the corner. Make a little boat. Okay, that's all ready.
Oh, they look beautiful. What's the purpose of the parchment paper, Sherry?
That's so it doesn't stick to the pan and it's easy to get out to serve it.
Something you can put in the oven?
Oh yes, use it a lot. You can
Okay.
use it for baking cookies, for anything. Now we're
Here's
going to
your-
take the pepper and we're going to thinly slice it.
Okay.
And crisscross these on top.
I can see why this would be a really big hit at a party. Looks beautiful.
Isn't that
Just
pretty?
beautiful, yes.
Get the green and the red.
Everything grilled to perfection underneath.
There. Okay,
Looks
we'll put that in the
gorgeous.
refrigerator for about 10 minutes to firm up, and then we'll put it in the oven at 375 for 40 minutes.
Okay.
Cut that
And
out.
if you do it on the grill and you bake it in the grill, what does it take on the grill?
I would say about the same, but keep an eye on it because you don't want to burn it.
So Sherry, our puff pastry and our vegetables baking in the oven right now, and tell me what we're going to cook next.
Next, we're going to get the salmon ready to put on the grill. We've melted some butter. You melted that for me, which was great. And we're going to add some chopped up chives.
How many chives are in there, do you suppose?
There's probably about 2 tablespoons here.
Okay.
And I think we chopped up about 5 or 6 cloves of garlic.
Okay, and you just put it right in the butter?
Mm-hmm.
And that's about a stick of butter
That
in
is
there?
a stick of butter. We have a lot of salmon, though. There's about 2.5 pounds of salmon. Put a little bit more of that. And then we also have some lemon thyme. Did you smell this?
Mm-mm. Ooh, it smells wonderful. Oh, it really does. It's real strong and intense.
It's a wonderful flavor, and add a bit of lemon to it. And we just take the leaves off of that and add that.
Now, these are herbs that you have actually growing in your garden.
I have an herb garden, a beautiful herb garden.
Is it a lot of work?
Not at all. Nope, plant them and pick them. Now we're going to take some foil. I prefer to use foil. It makes it easy to cart in and out. You can put it right on the grill if you like. And we'll put our salmon pieces on.
These are beautiful pieces
They
of
are.
salmon.
Gorgeous. Couldn't get one full one though.
I think the only place you can get fresh salmon in Winona is at Raymer's. Is that right?
Right. You can get salmon at Econo Food. I've seen it. It's usually frozen, but that's just as good. And then we're going to put a little bit of this on it.
Salmon is a freshwater fish, isn't it?
Right.
And where would be the closest place someone could catch salmon to Winona?
You can catch it in Lake Michigan.
So this is all you do, and now you just put it on the
Put it
grill?
on the grill for about 20-25 minutes. When it
Okay.
flakes easily, it's done.
All right, well, let's go. Sherry, the grill is at medium right now.
Perfect.
So, sounds like a good time to put it on.
Okay, you want to help me? Can
Sure
you get
do.
that? We don't want to. Great. And we'll just leave it like this. Let it bake on here with that nummy herb butter. It'll take about 20 to 25 minutes. And I do want to note that this is a fillet of salmon. You can also buy it salmon steaks, and you'll see them. Looks like a saddle. They're both good, but this happens to be the fillet.
Do you find less bones in the fillet?
There's no bones in this, yes. When you clean it, though, you do want to run your finger along that one line, and if you find one, pull it out, just for the ease of eating.
Do we have to turn it at all?
Nope, we don't have to turn it. We'll just leave it the way it is.
Okay, so we'll come back in 25 minutes. Well, Sherry, we have the salmon on the grill, we have the puff pastry with the vegetables in the oven, and what's our next dish?
Next, we're going to prepare shrimp. And we're going to use this as a dish. We're going to start out with arugula, or watercress, on our plate. And then we're going to put the cannellini beans. And then we're going to arrange the grilled shrimp on top. And we're going to make a sauce with this fresh mint. And I did pick a little bit of sweet marjoram that I thought would complement that real well.
Okay, well, let's see how we do it.
To start, we're just going to coat the shrimp with some olive oil. And we'll put some salt and pepper on it. And now we're going to skewer them, if you'd like to help with that.
Sure. I think I better watch you first off. Make sure I get it just right.
We start out right above the tail.
How many do you put on a skewer?
How many fit? I'm not sure yet. Probably get about, hopefully, 4 or 5.
Do they need to be separated a little bit?
I think a little bit so they can cook easier. Usually, if I just serve shrimp by itself, I'll use the mixture that we used on the salmon. And it's kind of like a shrimp scampi then, with the garlic and the fresh herbs.
Before we put the shrimp skewers on the grill, Sherry mixes up the fresh mint leaves and the olive oil in a mini food processor. So you drizzle this on the shrimp before it's baked? Or?
Nope, after it's, right before we serve it.
Well, Sherry, it
Ooh,
looks
it looks
wonderful.
beautiful.
Yes, it does. So, it's been cooking for about 20 minutes now, right?
Yeah, it has. It can stay on for a little longer. We're going to put the shrimp on. These won't take very long at all.
How long did the shrimp take?
About 8 minutes, 4 minutes on each side. You can really tell just by watching the shrimp when they turn opaque, pink.
It's been 4 minutes, Sherry, and I guess the shrimp are ready to turn over.
Yep, this one's not quite ready.
Beautiful, they're just a beautiful color.
That's how you can tell when they turn that nice orange, that they're ready to turn. Some of them are hotter than others. For the salmon, you want it to flake easily. And this isn't really not flaking real easily, but it is done. Remember the color it was before we put it on? You know how it's turned into an opaque, denser color? It's done.
Should we have a little snitch just to see if it tastes okay?
You want to try it?
We have to give it a poison check.
Oh, yes. Get you a good piece. Some butter on there.
Sherry, everything is complete and it looks fabulous. I can hardly keep from tasting it. I can't wait to eat it.
You will very soon.
Now you have to do a little bit more assembly with the shrimp, right?
Right.
And what do you have right here on the plate?
We've taken the watercress and we've just taken the leaves off to begin like the bottom of a salad. I'm going to take some cannellini beans. And we're going to put some shrimp on top. And this is the mint sauce that we made a little earlier.
And just drizzle that on.
Drizzle some of that on.
Oh, it's smelling so delicious.
There. And just a little bit of lemon. And that part is ready.
Oh, that's beautiful. Just beautiful. Okay, next thing on is
Some salmon.
some salmon.
I'll bring the plate over so you don't have to go so far.
Okay. And some of the roasted vegetables. Look at that.
And then we're going to add just a little bit more of the herb butter, fresh on the salmon, for a little bit of dipping.
Well, here we have the plate all complete, and it's so beautiful.
Very pretty.
The color of all the vegetables really adds a lot of class to this plate.
I'm glad you like it.
Well, I'm looking forward to eating it, Sherry, and I want to thank you for sharing all your wonderful gourmet recipes with us.
Thank you for having me. It was fun.
Great.
Enjoy.
This has been Joyce Woodworth with Sherry Crandall, wonderful gourmet cook. Please join me again next week. Till then, enjoy the Spirit of Winona.